Okay, here we are finally. Episode 39 should have been Saturday. Then I was going to make it up on Sunday before the pay-per-view that WWE had last night, but had a car battery die. Wasn't able to get there and complete that episode 39 yesterday. So we're going to try to do a double episode here tonight. First episode 39 right now, then later on around 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere in that range, should be the Survivor Series pay-per-view. But this is our final Raw and Saturday Night main event before we get to Survivor Series. So let's go ahead and jump into the action here tonight. For anybody who is in the chat, let me know that you guys are here so that I know that the stream is up and running. We've got in our very first match of the evening. This is our United States Championship #1 contender, Shane Thomas. He will be taking on the European Championship #1 contender, the Maniac. These two men have been battling along with each other over the last few weeks. But here tonight, they have got to go against each other one-on-one. So here we go, jumping into the first match of the night. This should be a great match between Shane Thomas and the Maniac. Shane Thomas moved over here from NXT and has done quite a good job since joining the company. Only has lost one match, but helped Team XCW defeat Team NXT in the main event of Bragging Rights, along with this man, the Maniac. But Shane Thomas has also bested the likes of his former NXT teammate, Omega, the man that he took the NXT title from. He bested him as well when they fought one-on-one. But now the Maniac and he, who are both earned championship matches due to their efforts at the NXT XCW crossover pay-per-view, they both will have title matches at Survivor Series, one-on-one title matches against the United States and European Championship, respectively. You're wanting to know why he is facing him. Hold on just a moment.
Making his way to the ring from Detroit, Michigan, Shane Thomas.
Shane Thomas is having to face the Maniac here tonight, as we are having the #1 contender for each of the other two titles face off one-on-one. See which one of them can continue to carry the momentum that they have had for weeks now, heading into Survivor Series. These men have been on the same side 2 weeks ago, at the pay-per-view the week before when we fought NXT. These two men battled together to defeat NXT in the main event. Then last week, they fought against the champions, Omega and Sami Danger. Both of these men ended up coming out with a victory, so that gave them 2 straight victories along with each other as teammates. But here tonight, things taking a turn for the worse between these two gentlemen. Whether they were gaining a friendship, we don't know necessarily. Will Sami fight on Raw? Yes, he will. He's got a match, the 5th match on Raw later tonight. But right here, this is the man that will face Sami Danger at the pay-per-view. Sami has really done a good job of retaining that United States Championship, but Shane Thomas might be the man that finally ends the streak, the United States Championship reign of Sami Danger. But this man right here has definitely had quite an evolution throughout his career. The Maniac really coming into his own since NXT XCW's crossover pay-per-view Bragging Rights. He stepped up, became the final man on that 3-man XCW elimination tag team, helped the team survive, took a beating for a while in the matchup, but sometimes even taking a beating can help out, as Shane Thomas and Justin Sane were able to get long rest during that, as the Maniac took quite a bit of the beating in there, absorbed some damage, and finally when he tagged them back in, they were fresh and ready to go to pounce on the NXT roster. Do you have a match tonight, Kirby? Yes, but it's going to be on Saturday night main event. This is funny. I don't know what's funny, Shane Thomas. Yeah, no problem, Kirby. Hey, I know everybody can't make every episode. So if you've got exams or whatever you got going on in real life, you can't always make the shows. I mean, I haven't been able to run them at the same rate that I was previously. But let's go ahead and jump straight into the action in this matchup here tonight. These two men will fight for championships. They could be the United States and European Championship after Survivor Series. Survivor Series should go live later tonight on Twitch. Around 8:30 or 9 p.m. is when those should happen. Survivor Series is going to be a great pay-per-view. As stated, we'll go quickly run through some of the cards. Shane Thomas will take Sammy Danger one-on-one for that United States Championship. The Maniac will take on Omega one-on-one for the European Championship. The other titles, the other male titles, will all be taking place in one matchup. The Elimination Chamber, 3 versus 3, faction versus faction. The Vigilantes, Brian Nash will put his undisputed title on the line along with his partners, Brent Ryder and Chris Cryptic. They will go up against Alpha One and the NWO Wolfpack 6 Dynasty members, who will put their tag team titles on the line, Jay and CJ Lyons. And so whichever of those two teams, whichever faction can walk out of that Elimination Chamber as the victors, that team will walk out as the undisputed champion and the tag team champions here in XCW. So Brian Nash will have to be defeated or lose his title, but you know, his track record in Elimination Chamber not so good here in XCW. He is 0-1 thus far. Was able to regain his title, but you know, maybe that's a kryptonite here for Brian Nash. Yes, he will be 7-0-2-1-0. We will see the debut of Vigilantico. If you lose, do you choose your rematch? You don't necessarily choose it, but you can always ask. You can always ask for stuff. You want to try to make it a storyline to a degree, like, hey, you know, if you want to try to make it a storyline to a degree and make it some type of specific rematch, there's always that possibility, Lead Wolfie. But right here, hold on. Shane Thomas taking down the Maniac. Shane Thomas kick to the gut. Now socks it 3 times in the gut right there. But finally, Maniac can recover just enough to prevent another strike, only to be thrown into the corner. And now a high knee into the corner takes him out. Huge bulldog by Shane Thomas. Great job. Yes, we've had a few releases from the XCW roster, including Trey Jones was released earlier today. Vigilantico was added to the roster. And right now, Shane Thomas, though, is taking it to the Maniac, who is now going for the pinfall. 1, 2, just a 2 count with that nice spinning back suplex right there from Shane Thomas, who's now dragging the Maniac to the center of the ring. Shane Thomas now, what is he going for? I think he might be going for a double knee backbreaker after this clover leaf right there. Nice combination move right there. Very unique offense right there from Shane Thomas. Shane over the top rope, though. Maniac has the advantage. What is he doing here? No, I don't know what happened there. I thought he was going to go for a grapple. Instead, he backed off for a moment. A momentary lapse cost him. He is being put into the air raid siren. Excuse me, white noise right there. Just plowed down the Maniac. He is being turned over. Could this be a pinfall? No, the Maniac gets his hand underneath the ropes. Not enough to put him down. I think that might just anger Thomas here tonight. Thomas very upset that he thought he had the victory here, going for another pinfall after Luthez only could get the 2 count on the Maniac. Shane Thomas definitely wanted to keep the momentum, definitely wanted to keep this winning streak alive that he has going. Right here gets taken down by that turnaround spine buster. Shane Thomas could come into the league, win a match for the company against NXT, and walk out the United States Championship in under a month under the XCW banner. So this is definitely a man who is on a mission here. But right now it is the Maniac who is completing his mission of destroying Shane Thomas. Hit 2 consecutive pickup power bombs, and now a nice turnaround spine buster. Shane Thomas might be the one in trouble now, as the Maniac continues the attack now on the legs of Shane Thomas. Shane, what is Shane going for? One-handed back body drop right there. Very powerful maneuver done by Shane Thomas. Shane now kicking the gut of the Maniac here tonight. Maniac's in a front headlock right now. Gets tripped up. Uh-oh. Locking in a sharpshooter right here. He's got it locked in. Is the Maniac going to tap out? Maniac doesn't want to tap. He is struggling. I think he might have just tapped, though. And he did. The Maniac could not take the pain. Maybe still residual effect from a couple weeks back when they fought in that NXT XCW crossover pay-per-view where he just took a beating. Shane Thomas gets him to tap out right there with the Scorpion Deathlock or Sharpshooter, whichever of the variations you would like to prefer to call that name. I thought right there the match was going to be over, but he got his hand under the ropes, could not beat him at that point. After the sleuth death press, also only getting a 2 count. The Deathlock, okay. I guess I'll just call that the Deathlock made right here, drops him to the ground, locks in the Deathlock, turns around, and makes him tap out. He fought for a while, did not want to tap, but finally the Maniac pounds the mat, makes the referee call for the bell, and Shane Thomas lets go right there. We've got KJB in the chat as well. Quite a few members of the XCW universe in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up here tonight. So while I have a match for each episode tonight, no, Kirby, you won't have a match on each episode. Oh, you meant, well, you have one at Survivor Series, I guess is what you're saying. There's definitely a good chance that Kirby could be at Survivor Series. In fact, I've been looking for a second captain for a Survivor Series team, Kirby. I've already got Tyrant leading up the charge against one, and I know that you definitely have problems with Tyrant's buddy, Jackson Jordan, who I've already been informed that Tyrant has picked up Jackson Jordan as the second member of his roster for the Survivor Series pay-per-view Survivor Series match. Let's go ahead and move on to the next match now. So, Kirby, I'm going to go ahead and extend you this invitation. Would you like to captain a team against Tyrant and Jackson Jordan? Can you do it, please? No, Wolfie, sorry, Sammy Danger's got to fight his United States Championship match. Anybody who is fighting in a championship match, whether it is a champion or a contender, is not going to be able to be competing in a Survivor Series match. But Kirby, if you want to make it fair, if I win my match, could I be captain? Well, Kirby, what I'm saying is you are the captain. I'm choosing you as the captain of your team. You're getting to choose your team from the remaining roster of the XCW universe. You just got to let me know which 2 guys you want who currently do not have a match, and they will be on your team, Kirby. As Tyrant against John Sanchez right here. This is going to be a good matchup. John Sanchez, as you remember, returned last month after... returned this week after losing the identity of Second Chance. He disappeared, it seemed like. We thought he was maybe off of the XCW roster. Instead, he was just simply impersonating, or should I say, came out as this man called Second Chance. We thought this was a new superstar in XCW. Instead, it was JS in disguise, who last week unmasked. You can't pick... I pick your character. I'm assuming that means the character that I made. Sorry, the Vigilantes and the Wolfpack are all completely chosen. The Brent Ryder, Chris Cryptic, Brian Nash will be taking on Alpha 1, CJ, and Jay Lyons in the main event of Survivor Series. We've got Shantia in the chat as well, as our leader of D-Generation X is coming out here tonight in singles competition. Hopefully still trying to wipe away the memory of that NXT XCW crossover pay-per-view. Last week he got a win, definitely helping with his loss to Sophia Hydra a few weeks back. Wolf is going to be in the chat in a few minutes. That's good to know. But even though Wolfcamp here, nice to see Shantia in the chat here tonight. And you see Natalia at ringside. She was one of the first divas here in XCW, as you know, we did have Paige and Shantia were the original divas here being here for the members of the Wolfpack, and slowly the roster filled out with more and more divas, enough that we felt we needed an XCW Women's Championship here, and maybe someday soon Natalya would have the opportunity to compete for that championship once again. You want to add Alex Wolf to the roster. I mean, technically Alex Wolf was on hiatus, but I can always ask Alex Wolf if he would like to come back. I'm sure Alex Wolf would definitely want to be added to the Survivor Series roster, so I'll hit him up after the show and see if I can add him to your team. You can't add Sammy Danger, as Sammy Danger is going to be in the United States Championship match. He's got to defend his United States Championship belt. But you see that man JS come down to the ring here tonight. His face impressively matching his tights here tonight. He's got to spend a lot of time matching that face paint to the to his trunks attire. Sammy, you are having a title defense at the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is tonight. It'll be the episode later on tonight. You will be facing Shane Thomas, the man you just saw defeat the Maniac one-on-one. You're saying not Alex Wolf. I don't know. I'm confused. Kirby, you got to definitively tell me who you want on your team. Alex Tyson is who Alex Wolf, he changed his name to Alex Tyson. But here we go, jumping on in this ring. I think this is the first time we have ever seen Tyrant and JS compete one-on-one here tonight. JS, for a long time, had a singles undefeated streak for, I think, 2 or 3 months here in XCW before finally going on a bad losing streak. But here tonight, getting back into singles action as JS, will this be the night where everything is turned around for him? That was a very nice takedown by JS. He just hit a reverse that spear from Tyrant. He ducks under that lariat attempt and hits a beautiful German suplex right there. So Kirby is saying he wants to add Alex Tyson. And we see Tyrant here saying, suck it. Definitely not impressed with that pick. We saw Alex Tyson and Tyrant in the past mix things up. And right there, JS got a nice spinning elbow, a jumping spinning elbow, taking Tyrant down. Ducks under that lariat once again, hits another German suplex. Tyrant has got to fight back tonight. Well, you can always add the man in the ring right there, JS. I'm sure that would be a valued member of the team, just as another possibility, Kirby. This is a guy that has been for a long time searching for exactly what he wants to be, but I don't think he has any love lost for former Foreign Affairs members like Tyrant. Kirby isn't mad, he's just D-Generation X, that's why he said suck it. His shirts are always saying suck it. It's just the whole shtick for DX. Right here, Tyrant now lifting JS up again. I don't know how anyone has the strength to lift up the man the size of JS, but Tyrant is able to do so right there again. Once again, another pickup powerbomb. A powerbomb itself would be hard enough to do to a man like JS, where you can at least use their body, kind of lift them up from that higher position where your back is not lifting them straight off the ground. I mean, I've picked up large packages off the ground, and that's hard enough to do without bending your knees, but being able to lift a man that size up is just incredibly impressive. Nice attack there. Huge right hand, followed by a turnaround spine buster. Nice job by Tyrant. This has definitely been a great matchup so far between these two men. Early on, it was all JS, and then Tyrant turned things around for quite a while. But JS with that high knee, that knee face buster right there, able to turn things around for himself right now. Tyrant drags him to the center of the ring. I don't know what Tyrant's going for here. Is this a fall-away slam? No. Pendulum backbreaker. A double. No. I thought that move tricks me sometimes. It's a pendulum backbreaker fall-away slam combination. Now he rakes the back. Not a move we see very often. Huge zigzag just hit. Will he go for the pinfall? No. JS able to quickly avoid that attack, gets to his feet, trips Tyrant up, and now gets hit with a spear, though, as Tyrant back to his feet quickly after that takedown. Tyrant is going for that. Yes, that one-handed choke spine buster. Very nice move by Tyrant. That could be it. JS on the mat, 2. No, JS has enough to kick out early on in this match. Or I should say early on. This match has been going on for about 6 or 7 minutes now. JS throwing him to the corner. That was the first signature we had seen, but definitely not early on in this match. JS right there, a running splash in the corner. Tyrant gets smashed into the ground. Uh-oh. Is this that jackhammer? It is. He's about to be lifted up by JS. Wolfpack in the house. Looks like Alpha 1 is here. 1, 2, no. Tyrant kicks out. Both men have hit signatures now. Will either one be able to hit their finishing maneuver, maybe pick up the win? Turnaround spinebuster by Tyrant. Nice job by Tyrant, the leader of D-Generation X now. What is he going for? Uh-oh. Spin him around. He has got him in the big swing. This could be it for JS. We have seen people fall to the big swing before. Tyrant launches him to the center of the ring now. I think there's no chance for a rope break here. JS 1, 2, no, just out. Oh, so close to that 3. Tyrant, I don't think he's very happy about the fact that JS kicked out right there. Turns him over. Oh, man, I don't understand where he's getting the strength from. Going for that deadlift gut-wrench suplex right here. Nice job by Tyrant. The Wolfpack is in the house. We will see the Wolfpack competing in 4 matches here tonight. And right there, Tyrant takes down JS. The Wolfpack are in 4 separate matches here on Raw. 1, 2, no, not enough for that one-handed bulldog, or excuse me, that half Nelson bulldog right there from Tyrant. Not enough to put JS down. We will see Alpha 1 taking on one half of the Vigilantes tag team, Chris Cryptic. We'll see Brent Ryder and Brent Ryder and Jay Lyons tag teaming against the tag team of Hawk and Falcon tonight. We'll see if that strange Bedfellows is good enough to beat the newest tag team here in XCW. 1, 2, no, not enough. And then we will also see Bryant Tornado Nash take on CJ along with his manager Paige at ringside in our main event of Raw tonight. Should be some great action between those 3 groups. Uh-oh. JS, this could be it. He's going for that bridging package powerbomb. No, that's the jackknife powerbomb, excuse me. JS now dragging and making sure he can't reach those ropes. 1, 2, no, Tyrant kicks out. I expected that to be it right there. Could not defeat him. Now Tyrant, that one-handed chokeslam spinebuster once again. JS 1, 2, 3. Tyrant just defeated JS one-on-one, but that was a great match between these 2 guys. I really didn't know he was going to win. I thought JS was going to win it with that jackknife, but I think that small amount of time it took him to drag him from the ropes to the center of the ring is what caused Tyrant to have just enough energy to get out of that. And then JS simply walked right into that spine buster, which set him up for failure in the end. But JS put on a great fight here tonight. Definitely a great match between these 2 gentlemen. Will JS be the 3rd member of Kirby's team? Kirby being the captain against the DX-led team of Tyrant and Jackson Jordan, along with a mystery partner. We do not know as of yet who it will be. I've got a phone call on my phone. Got to check that out real fast as the replays continue here. That was the move that won the matchup.
Here is your winner, the Titan.
What an incredible match. That one could have gone either way. Nobody has anything to be ashamed of in this one.
Break it down. Don't tell me what it's like to be half a man. It must break your heart to see what I am. What? That's a breaks, boy. Yeah, that's a breaks, little man. Break it down. D-Generation X. D-Generation.
We saw Natalia, the 3rd member of D-Generation X, celebrating with the leader of DX. Tyrant right there. It was a great matchup between those 2 men, but Tyrant able to pull off the victory. right now. Alpha One and Chris Cryptic going one-on-one here tonight. Alpha One, if the Vigilantes lose that match, if the Wolfpack can defeat the Vigilantes in that 3 versus 3 Elimination Chamber tag team match, then Alpha One will be your undisputed champion for the very first time. In fact, it would be his first title of any kind here in XCW if Alpha One can somehow pull out, if his team can somehow defeat the Vigilantes in that matchup. And here he comes, the man who brought sponsorship into professional wrestling. Get that huge money contract from Jordan. And here he is out to the ring here tonight. We have yet to see a championship belt around his waist, but Alpha One simply knows it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when he will hold championship gold here in XCW. And I think he thinks his days are numbered. This will be his last Raw, maybe, coming out here without a championship belt around his waist. And all it is his boys, he and the Sixth Dynasty, that 3 team from the Wolfpack, have got to put things aside, got to put things together, got to work perfectly as a unit to take down the Vigilantes. And it's definitely going to be an awesome main event of Survivor Series later on tonight. But here, this is Monday Night Raw, the last week before Survivor Series. We've got Saturday Night Main Event following this, but here we are in our 3rd match of the evening. Can Alpha One get momentum heading into the pay-per-view over one of the 3 men that he will face very soon at Survivor Series? So Kirby, just to let you know, Kirby has added the Alex Tyson to his roster, 2 men who have had a problem with the 2 D-Generation X members on the other side. The question is, who will be the 3rd man for each of those teams? It's definitely a strange question. Because looking up and down the roster, I really don't know who these men are going to want on their team.
Representing the Villagers from Fort Worth, Texas, Chris Crimson.
Here he is, Chris Cryptic, making his way out here tonight in singles action. Will he be able to defeat the man that has been chasing after that undisputed championship for a number of months now? Ever since basically Mike Miles was thrown out of the title picture, Alpha One has been the man that has been going after that championship belt. But we do know that after Survivor Series, we already have our #1 contender, and that is the man who is just insane. He won, he captained that team against NXT in the main event of bragging rights, earning that #1 contendership for the undisputed title, and he will get a one-on-one match for that undisputed championship. But it is all comes at a price to a degree, because it's going to have one of these men here tonight. It will be either Alpha One or Brian Nash. Brian Nash has been so dominant. I don't know if even Alpha One, if even Just Insane could defeat him one-on-one. He might be rooting for the Wolfpack if only to have to not be able to face Brian Nash one-on-one. Even though we did see them fight one-on-one and he did defeat him one-on-one. Brian Nash, just in one-on-one championship matches, is undefeated here in XCW. So I don't know if anybody wants to face him in singles competition with the belt on the line. Who did you beat? Sammy Danger wants to remember who he beat for the United States Championship. Sammy Danger, you defeated 5 other men in an Armageddon Hell in a Cell. I believe you defeated ISIS, Richard Knight. It was I don't think Chris Canyon. No, Chris Canyon was not in that matchup. Gosh, so many people in that match a while back. You defeated Warden. You defeated 3 of the other 5. I cannot remember the other 2 members off the top of my head. Warfin. Yeah, obviously meant Warden Nash. But Warden was technically the man who held the title, but there were 5 other men in that match besides yourself. But it was a great matchup in the end. Sammy Danger came out of the chaos as the United States Champion. And Sammy Danger has defeated the man right here who's hitting this powerbomb. He has defeated Alpha One in singles competition. to retain the United States Championship. He also defeated Black Widow one-on-one. Both of those times, I honestly thought Sammy Danger was going to lose the title. But again, that just comes with the territory. Sammy Danger is the man who seems to always be underrated here in XCW, yet he is still one of the most consistent winners when it comes to championship titles here since the start of XCW. I believe only Brian Tornado Nash and the DOD have had longer winning streaks as champions than Sammy Danger has. Chris Cryptic, a former United States champion, the man that Alpha One is now hitting a bunch of elbow drops on right now. He is definitely a man to fear when it comes to tag team action. The Wolfpack have lost 2 straight tag team matches to the Vigilantes, and if it becomes 3 in this triple threat, excuse me, not triple threat, this 3-on-3 elimination chamber match, then the Vigilantes will walk out with all the gold. The Wolfpack will once again be titleless when it comes to Alpha 1 and CJ and J Lions. Yes, Sammy Danger is definitely underdog and underrated. Chris Cryptic did not even go off the ropes there. It looked like he looked back at the ropes like he was going to run off of them. Instead, just jumped straight into that Shining Wizard. But Alpha 1 able to kick him off. Alpha 1 going for the grapple a little bit quicker than Chris Cryptic, who dodges that high knee lift and ends up float over DDT hit on Alpha 1 right there. Chris Cryptic doing a good job. Double knee takedown right there. Great job by Chris Cryptic. And now Cryptic takes a step back, spins him down with it, hits that huge elbow. Right there, hitting in the back. Chris Cryptic gets locked in here. Front face lock. Now he hits that high knee lift. Cryptic did not go down, but able to see that huge haymaker coming and avoid it by throwing Alpha 1 into the turnbuckle. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, that hell of a kick right there, right to the side of the face. That could be enough to put Alpha 1 away. Turns him over. 1, 2. No, I thought that was it, but I think his hand kind of got caught on the foot of Chris Cryptic. Could not put him away. And nice tilt-a-whirl DDT right there, hit by Alpha 1. He could be setting something up now. Yes, surfboard stretch cost you an undisputed championship win. That is true. Hold on. Nice submission hold locked in, wrenching that head sideways and back. Now Chris Cryptic getting thrown into the mat now. Alpha 1 could be setting up for a signature move here. I think he is. Kick to the gut sends him down. Sliding 1-foot drop kick. Is that enough to put Cryptic down? 1, 2. Yes, I think Sammy Danger might have been the first man. Actually, you know what? I don't think that was the surfboard stretch that beat you. Maybe it was. Yeah, surfboard stretch is what beat Russell Worth, the very first Undisputed Championship match. Hold on. Alpha 1 able to get to the... Speaking of single leg Boston Crabs, Chris Cryptic had one locked in on Alpha 1 right there, but could not keep it locked in as Alpha 1 got to the ropes. So right here, unique pendulum backbreaker right there. Takes down Cryptic. 1, 2, just barely a 2 count right there. That's the moon boot.
Just a dominating display. Yeah.
Oh, goes for a huge shuffle sidekick, misses him. Now, what is this? Chris Cryptic able to avoid Alpha 1, who gets on the turnbuckle. Uh-oh. I don't know what he's got set up here, but this is not good for Alpha 1, who climbed that turnbuckle. And Chris Cryptic was still up and not down on the mat in any way capacity. Oh, sit out. Sit out. Excuse me. Yeah, sit out. The sit out suplex right there. 1, 2. Not enough. Alpha 1 somehow kicked out of that top rope maneuver. I don't know how he did that. Sit-out suplex slam. That's what I was thinking of. Off the top rope. Great job. Uh-oh. Drive-by kick. Jumped off the knee of Alpha 1. Took him out. Cryptic now setting up for the finish. Alpha 1 about to walk into. Turns around. Uh-oh. What is this? Omega driver. Needs to hit that on the other Wolfpack member, Omega. 1, 2, 3. Chris Cryptic one-on-one just defeated Alpha 1. For the 1, 2, 3 right there. I thought right there that might have been it. That sliding 1-foot drop kick took Cryptic down pretty late in this matchup, but not enough for the 3 count. Again, another awesome maneuver, that unique pendulum backbreaker right there out of like a sidewalk slam position. And right here, this was really the move that might have won the match, even though it did pick up the 3 off the top rope with that sit-out suplex slam. And then finally, right here, the Omega driver. Once you're up in that position, there really is no way out of it. And Chris Cryptic crushed the head of Alpha One for the 3 count. It was a great game between these two gentlemen. Awesome one-on-one match with Chris Cryptic. The Vigilantes tonight 1-0 against the members of the Wolfpack. We will see in the main event, Brian Tornado Nash will take on CJ one-on-one. But the next match is really the one to watch between these two teams, because this will have, in our next match, we will see 2 members of these opposing teams have to team together. Yes, that is right. Wolf and Falcon, the newest tag team here in XCW, have not gotten to tag for a few weeks here tonight, but are in tag team action, and they will go up against Jay Lyons and Brent Ryder. These 2 men have never teamed in any capacity together, have always been at odds here in XCW, so it will definitely be interesting to see if these 2 can coexist. We have seen a member of the Wolfpack tag team with this man, Brent Ryder here. We saw Alpha One forced to tag team with Ryder against NXT, and then that matchup, they were successful in their defense. But here tonight, instead of seeing them fight one-on-one, Hawk and Falcon really needed some tag team action. The management decided, you know what, we're going to force these 2 guys to work together tonight because it's going to be the exact opposite. Can they coexist? So one of them turn on the other one, or one stab at the other one in the back in order to get an advantage heading into the pay-per-view? We don't know. This is definitely a match I don't think anybody saw coming here tonight. A member of the Wolfpack, a member of the Vigilantes, for the first time ever on Raw, forced to tag team here tonight. But remember, on our last episode of Raw, we saw Alpha One take on Brian Nash, and at the end of the night, Brian Nash had the option of turning and smashing Alpha One to the mat, or simply shaking the man's hand after Nash had won the match. He could have rubbed it in, he could have attacked Alpha One. Instead, he chose to shake his hand. So even with all this bad blood and animosity between these 2 groups, it is definitely going to see what's going to happen in this matchup, because as idealistic as one group can be, sometimes one member of a team is not the same as another member of the team. So will Brent Ryder, who feels betrayed to a degree still, even though they have let their differences go, will he be able to push aside his feelings about what happened with Alpha One and simply coexist with another member of the Wolfpack here tonight? It is going to be great. But the Birds of Prey right now, these men are new members of the XCW roster, and so far, I believe one of the Birds of Prey last week picked up a victory in singles competition. Will that roll over? And if they could pin a member of each of the tag team champions, the Vigilantes were the previous tag team champions, the Six Dynasty are the current tag team champions, and if they can get a win here tonight, maybe this is going to put them as the #1 contenders after Survivor Series, if maybe they can pull off this win over one half of each of those 2 tag teams. Falcon looks like a cat. Right here comes Jay. You see that championship belt around his waist.
From Toronto, Canada, one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, King Jay.
We're getting set for some tag team.
Yes, Jay here tonight. I don't think he's necessarily very happy about having a tag team with Brent Ryder. These guys have not seen eye to eye, and he has in fact, his team keeps being pinned by the Vigilantes. They were even pinned by the Vigilantes at the previous pay-per-view, but the Wolfpack controversially got the match restarted and took the titles away from the Vigilantes when Chris Cryptic was pinned. But since then, 2 more losses to Brent Ryder and Chris Cryptic. I really don't think Jay appreciates being forced to have to tag with this man here tonight. He has definitely no love for the man that is going to be on his side of the ring. And we get a the Super Troopers? I think it's Super Trooper reference by Tornado Nash. I really haven't seen that movie in so long, I can't remember if that's the name of the movie. But here we go. One more thing right here. Here comes Brent Ryder. What is this? Sporting a new attire here tonight, it looks like.
From Dallas, Texas.
Oh, look at that shot right there. Saying no to the NWO Wolfpack. not having any of this, this, you know, niceness of Brian Tornash. A little bit of a shot here, as he is wanting to take the Wolfpack down once and for all. I don't know if he went and bought himself a Wolfpack t-shirt and had this new logo put over the top of it, but he is definitely against the man that he is having to compete with here tonight. He will have a chance to take him down in singles competition, or excuse me, in that 3 versus 3 tag team match. Remember, the Vigilantes helped defeat Foreign Affairs. They helped defeat the DOD, tried to get both those, either destroyed them from within or got them to leave XCW altogether. And let's go ahead and start this matchup. And so now, what is going to happen when they face the Wolfpack and somehow they fracture this group, cause them to split? I honestly don't think the Wolfpack are that kind of group. They're not somebody who's going to lose a battle, lose a war even, and find their way fracturing, splitting apart. I think the Wolfpack is in here for the long haul, just like the Vigilantes. But here on tonight, they are going to have to coexist, at least for one match, in order for them not to be in a bad spot heading into the pay-per-view. Unless one of them decides to leave ringside, unless one of them decides to cause the other one to take the loss here tonight, there's always that possibility. But a nice job by Falcon right there, hitting that spinning clothesline, taking Jay to the ground. Apparently Kirby's already said his third teammate is going to be 702-144, so that will be Vigilantico, would be his third teammate. He has even yet to debut here in XCW. He will not debut until Saturday Night Main Event. Kirby taking a chance on a man who is unproven, as Jay right now is pounding Falcon to the mat. You saw Brent Ryder asking for a tag, Jay ignoring him as he's able to pound 10 straight elbow drops down on Falcon. Finally, Jay says, you know what, fine, you want to hear? Get it. Yeah, he was not going to be denied hitting all 10 of those elbow drops. The DOD is still going strong, but yes, the Vigilantes were the team that knocked them out in terms of taking their championships away from them as they fled over to NXT, wanted to go to, they might say, greener pastures, go find some competition they haven't seen before, but the Vigilantes think it was more of did not want to have to face them one more time. The Vigilantes had already defeated the DOD, and even though they did not get to face them in the tag team gauntlet, they were able to run through 3 teams, including the team that defeated the DOD in that tournament. So maybe the DOD simply wanted out of the Vigilantes Federation, wanted to get into one of their own, and now they are members of the NXT roster, possibly soon going to be NXT Tag Team Champions. But at this time, that belongs to the Senator Syndicate. I know you can be in the tag match 720-144. I thought it was interesting that Kirby decided to add you, even though he hadn't even seen your character. Right here, it looked like maybe the Hawk was going for a move there, but Ryder gets a nice trip and a huge right hand as Hawk tried to get back to his feet. We saw Hawk pick up a victory last week in triple threat action. But right now, Ryder's got able to reverse that move, take him to the ground. Jay looked like he might have been asking for the tag, and Ryder immediately goes over there and tags him in. It's not so much I'm flattering myself. It's kind of their shtick to a degree, is to try to get rid of all those other teams. And 2 of the 3 are now no longer in XCW, whether it was through actually being destroyed and the group fracturing, or, as in the DOD's case, them running over to NXT. And right now, Jay, Hawk right there walked right into that. But Jay tried to get him up. As soon as he popped to his feet, tried to hit that Superman punch, could not get it. And now Hawk takes him down with a nice butterfly DDT right there.
He's got him.
Now he's got a front face lock in, tripped down to the ground. Trio is in my, I'm assuming this is in my blood for Mexico City matches. Oh, triple threat match. Okay, 3 versus 3, he's got it. Right here, Jay lifting him up. Could he be going for that burning hammer? I think he is. Lifts him up, smashes him down right in front of Falcon, though. If he's going to go for the pinfall, I'm not sure he's going to be able to get it. Falcon immediately in the ring and breaks it up before the ref can get down. Didn't want to pick you, but AJ made me.
And Ace gets the counter.
There was no running. Oh, it was definitely running. Tail between their legs. It's all running away. They were scared of the Vigilantes in the Wolfpack. That's all it was about. Don't worry, Shane Thomas isn't scared of anybody. Shane Thomas is over here to take over XCW. In less than a month, Shane Thomas might go from the brand new XCW member to helping them win, getting the final pinfall at the XCW NXT pay-per-view, and end up with the United States Championship if he defeats Sammy Danger one-on-one. So Shane Thomas doing a great job over here in XCW. But right now it is the Vigilantes and Wolfpack having to team together against Hawk and Falcon, the Birds of Prey. The Birds of Prey have really done a pretty good job here tonight. And even though Ryder and Jay, I don't think, have ignored each other or had a bad team so far, not particularly a great job at this moment, as I think Falcon and Hawk still have had the edge in this matchup. Brent Ryder running at Falcon right there, who able to get a nice knee to the gut, followed up with a huge spinning clothesline. Ryder gets a nice chop to the chest. Tried to continue the attack into the corner. Falcon, though, they're setting up for this tag team move. Nice double arm, I don't know, I guess arm drag or hip toss. I'm not sure exactly what that was right there, but nice mover by both those men.
He wants back in this match in the worst way.
Vigilantico very happy that AJ forced Kirby to add him to the team. So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup when we have those 3 versus 3 Survivor Series match. And the teams so far are Kirby, Alex Tyson, and Vigilantico. And they will be facing against the team of D-Generation X's Tyrant and Jackson Jordan, along with a third member who is yet to be determined. Who will be that third member, we don't know. But nice standing moonsault right there by Falcon. Ryder could be in a lot of trouble, as definitely they have not, he has definitely not done so well in this tag team match thus far. But Ryder picks Falcon up. Uh-oh. I think he's going for that signature move. He is. Cradle DDT right here, cracking the head of Falcon into the mat. But Falcon jumps back to his feet. Impressed right there is Ryder, but not too impressed. He hits a nice running dropkick to the chest, not allowing that comeback move to happen. Now, C4 on the far side of the ring might be perfect position right there. Jay gets on the apron to cheer on his partner. 1, 2, 3. That is it. The C4 takes down Falcon and Hawk. And we're going to see exactly how these two men celebrate this matchup, as both of them gain momentum after that pinfall there by Brent Ryder. But the question is, can they coexist now that the match is over? Are they going to shake hands? Are they going to, one of them maybe attack the other one? We have seen in the past that people do not necessarily get along once the deed is done. That was a pretty good matchup. That tag team move right there by taking down Brent Ryder. This C4 right here, perfect positioning for Brent Ryder, as he was on the farthest part of the ring he could really be away, and Hawk could not get across the ring to break up the pinfall. But will they to a hard-fought match? These two men took quite a beating, and we're going to see if they're going to shake hands or putting his hand out, telling him he wants to shake hands. And wow, I cannot believe that. Brent Ryder and Jay Lyons, at least for one moment, are on the same page that they know. He's telling him, get up on that apron. You know it's time to celebrate. These two men are going to be at opposite sides, and there definitely is not going to be love and joy, because one of these two men are going to leave disappointed. One of them will leave with one half of the tag team championships. The other one will leave with nothing at Survivor Series. So that was a very temporary handshake right there, just for this one night. And now we're getting to what is very commonplace here in XCW, having a United States champion take on the European champion. Now that Anthony has finally lost that European championship, we are able to have this matchup now. Sammy Danger has been fighting European champion after European champion, and now is his turn to face Omega one-on-one. It looks like they might have stripped Omega of his European title, because it doesn't say champion versus champion match. But whatever. Sammy Danger, United States champion. Omega, European champion. Once again, we will find out which of the two championships is more important at this moment. Which one is considered slightly better than the other. mainly our United States champion has been able to win those matches between them and the European champion, but the last time we had the match between Sammy Danger and Anthony, Anthony actually defeated Sammy Danger.
The following contest is scheduled for
Don't worry, the Brent Ryder attire is a work in progress. Didn't have too long in order to try to update his attire. But Sammy Danger here tonight, jumping over the barricade with that championship strapped around his waist. USA versus Europe. Yeah, to a degree, that's exactly what it is. Right here, Sammy Danger ready to compete. The most underrated underdog here in XCW. I don't think he considers himself an underdog as he walks into that ring each and every time ready to defeat his opponent. It's still better than the loincloth. Nash apparently been very nice, not mocking the loincloth very often, but now that the loincloth is gone, mocking the loincloth to death for Brent Ryder. And Sammy Danger, yes, as he said, not an underdog in his own mind, but definitely an underdog in the minds of a lot of people, including myself. But in reality, I think that's a fault of my own, thinking that he should be an underdog. I mean, this man has been defending that title successfully month after month after month. And, I mean, just the way he won it was impressive enough. You should have considered him an underdog. But now he is going to have to face a man who has came in blazing hot into XCW, has been up and down, but he did win that European Championship in a six-man over-the-top battle royal, and but lost to a new NXT member at the crossover pay-per-view, King Kong. Omega really needs to turn things around if he is going to be able to retain his championship against the Maniac. We saw last week Shane Thomas and the Maniac pinned Omega in the center of the ring. And if he loses one more match at Survivor Series, that European Championship will be kissed goodbye, as the Maniac has been chasing after that belt for quite a while and finally might be able to claim that belt as his own. It overstayed its welcome. 702-144 is a guy, but yeah. He has clearly been stated now in the chat. And right now, Omega ready to compete. One-on-one, champion versus champion. Who will walk out with the momentum into their championship match at Survivor Series?
And we are live with our main event. You can feel the
And the winner of this match, I'm going to add an extra stipulation. The winner of this matchup will get to choose any one-on-one match that they want to defend their title in at the pay-per-view. The loser will be determined by me what their match stipulation is. But if Omega wins, he will choose how he defends his European Championship. If Sammy Danger wins, he will choose how he defends his United States Championship. So Sammy Danger might be really rooting for his guy to win here tonight. Omega early on taking some heavy shots to Sammy Danger. Has got him up across the chest. Now a huge pendulum backbreaker taking Danger down. Like a man, dude. And right now Omega stomping the different limbs of Sammy Danger. So members of the chat, who do you think is a better champion? Do you think Omega, the brand new European champion, only a couple weeks old, or Sammy Danger, the man who's held that title for a long time? Which of these two men is going to win this matchup? Let me guys see who you think is going to win this match. As right now, it is all Omega all the time. Sammy has really not been able to get anything done thus far in the first couple of minutes of this match. But Danger right there, nice running elbow right there. Slap to the face. Sammy Danger takes down Omega right there. Looks like an old Sammy match with a size difference. That is true. Omega, one of our largest members of the XCW roster. Sammy used to be by far the shortest. Now closer to a height to the rest of the XCW roster. Has grown since his debut. Omega now being shoved back by Sammy. Sammy, though, being immediately thrown into the corner hard, comes stumbling out, walks into a move done by Omega, but gets it reversal there and takes Omega down. Great job by Sammy Danger. One-on-one we have got here. Ducks under that clothesline, hits a clothesline of his own. Nice job by Sammy Danger right there. Omega getting to his feet. Slapped across the face, no respect being shown here, and a running spear takedown on Sammy Danger. Gotta say, Sammy, he has been the champion longer. Another slap to the face on Sammy. Omega really showing a lot of disrespect to the United States champion. If y'all don't remember, Omega is a part of the NWO Wolfpack, the latest member to join the group. He has never competed alongside any of the members in a match, but has definitely represented them by winning their second championship since their group has formed. Right here, hold on. Big wind-up punch underneath the jaw right there. I'm sure the other Wolfpack members enjoy the fact that Omega is able to do them proud by winning that European Championship, and it's very possible that all 4 members of the NWO Wolfpack, or at least all 4 male members of the NWO Wolfpack, could walk out of the championship, out of Survivor Series with a championship around their waist. We could see Omega, the European champion, Alpha 1, hold on, huge power bomb right here. Uh-oh, no, it is not one power bomb. He's going for the triple. Hits 2. Can he hit the third one? Sammy could be in a lot of trouble. Hits the triple power bomb, and now following it up. Now following it up with a big swing right here.
The intensity.
Yeah, what a move! There's the pin. Can his opponent kick?
And Youngblood instinctively gets the shoulder up. He gets out of trouble there. And there's the reversal. Can he score the pin?
Okay, hold on. Reversal right here. Roll up. Not able to get the victory right there. Had a friend of one of my nieces and nephews walk in and just start staring at me doing this. So look, I had to stop there. It's really awkward. Omega right now taking Sammy Danger down, trying to go for another pinfall. Cannot seem to put this man down. Sammy definitely a guy who does not like to be pinned. Oddly enough, Sammy had a match unlike most of his matches. Hold on. Oh, big takedown. Oh, drops some huge gutbuster right there. Omega now springboard. You don't see a big man springboard very often, but he can. Nice running elbow right there from Sammy Danger. Sammy actually dominated Kronos at the XCW NXT pay-per-view. Really thought he was going to walk out with the victory. Going for another RKO. Got it blocked moments later. Kronos put him down for the count. But Sammy Danger about to pick up a win here maybe. 1, 2, no. Signature punches were not enough. I thought maybe that third punch right there could put him out, but now I know he has an RKO in weight. If Omega gets back in that ring at the wrong moment, it seems like they're switching blows back and forth. They're in and out of the ring. Neither one could seem to match up with the other one. Break the rope. Children of the Corn. Right now, Omega hit that huge boot, sending Sammy back in. Now he's going to go for a springboard again. This time, Sammy once again misses him. Oh, hits a running elbow. I don't know why he has not tried to hit that RKO. Oh, what's he doing? He takes a couple steps back. Oh, he's setting up for that RKO. Omega's getting up. If he hits this, it's got to be over. He's running, jumping, hits it. Sammy crawling over, using those fists to get over there. 1, 2, 3. Sammy Danger just defeated Omega one-on-one. What a great job here. And right there, taking him down. Oh, man, what a great job Sammy Danger did. I thought Omega was going to win this match. It seemed like for a long time, Omega was really in control and had a bunch of pin attempts in a row. But the RKO ends this matchup. 1, 2, 3. Sammy gets to choose the stipulation for his United States Championship match against Shane Thomas. Any one-on-one matchup available in the game. He could even choose a lumberjack match, a match that I can do myself outside of the normal universe. If you would like to choose a lumberjack match, that is possible, as Sammy Danger will defend the title against Shane Thomas. So you got to let me know, what do you want that match to be? You don't necessarily have to answer me now, but you do need to send it to me relatively soon so that when I set up Survivor Series later tonight, I can have that match and ready to go. Sammy Danger has momentum heading into his pay-per-view, but Shane Scott also won his matchup earlier in the night. The question is, only one of those men can win at Survivor Series. It will definitely be a great matchup. Pick a Yapapia strap match. What? Okay, moving on to our main event of Raw now. It'll be Brian Tornado Nash, member of the Vigilantes, taking on CJ Lyons one-on-one. Why is there a picture behind Paige? Did anybody else notice that? Anybody else see on the right side there's like a person behind Paige? I don't know what that's about. In fact, there might even be two different people behind her. I don't know. I think the first one's her arm, but there's a shoulder behind Paige. That's weird. Okay, that really distracted me. I've got 3 matches in mind, LOL. Well, whatever you choose, Sammy, but once you tell me what it is, once you say, this is my match, that is it. Paige is 2-time. I don't think that's what it is, Tornado Nash, but Nash, who shook the hand of Alpha 1 last week, is going up against CJ Lyons, I believe. I'm not 100% certain. Cannot remember every match over the 38 episodes we've had. Now 39 episodes now. But CJ Lyons and Brian Nash, this might be the first ever one-on-one match between these two gentlemen. Brian Nash might remember if there was a previous match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the
Vigilantes.
from Dallas, Texas, the WWE Undisputed Champion, Brian Tornado Nashville.
It's pronounced Yapa Pie. Yapa Pie strap match. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. There are so many different random matches in wrestling. I've seen a Texas Bull Rope match, which was equivocally the same thing as the Russian Chain match. I'm feeling risky. Ooh, Sam Danger about to announce what title match he wants to have at the pay-per-view. We'll have it in moments as Brian Nash has made his way to the ring. Isn't Brian Nash related to Kevin Nash? Now that you've pointed that out, 702-144, in fact, he is. If you had watched about 2 months ago, right after the NXT had been invaded, or excuse me, XCW was attacked by the NXT roster, invaded to a degree, had a shot across our brow, we found out that he is in fact the brother of Kevin Nash.
Approaching the ring, accompanied by Paige, representing the Wolfpack. From Toronto, Canada, one half.
Oh, wow. Sammy Danger match I did not even expect, did not even process in my mind he could choose this. He is deciding to face Shane Thomas in a Hell in a Cell match. If he's going to lose the title, he wants to lose it the same way that he got the match. So that is going to be a crazy match. I did not expect to see a Hell in a Cell at Survivor Series, but I guess it's a good part of the theme. Only one of those men will be able to not only win that match, but only one man will be able to survive that match. One of the funnier promos if you YouTube it, old Hulk Hogan Ric Flair match is the Yapa Pie match. Okay, yes, here he is. This man right here, CJ Lyons, wearing the black and purple. Still got that nice wolf for the Wolfpack on the front of the jersey that is here and wear to the ring here tonight. But a somewhat matching attire for his manager, Paige, who's also wearing the purple here tonight. And right now, right here, he is about to lift that championship, that tag team championship belt, maybe for the very last time on Raw, as these two men are both going to be a part of that 3 versus 3 faction versus faction elimination chamber match for the tag team and undisputed championship gold. Why does he suddenly have the DX? Well, he hadn't come out by himself in a while. Probably always has that as his singles theme. He just doesn't come out as it very often. Let's go ahead and start here right now in this match, one-on-one. Or maybe I downloaded him up. No, because I never deleted him off the roster. Okay, here we go. One-on-one, Brian Nash and CJ Lyons locking up in the center of the ring. Brian gets the early advantage, dipping behind. CJ now takes him down to the ground, locks in a nice side headlock. Paige at ringside there to cheer on CJ. CJ able to reverse that headlock, get a nice head scissors here. Brian Nash pops out of it with a kip up. Able to get enough. But CJ walks right into that. Nash uses the momentum to throw him up in the air viciously. That was so much strength shown by the Undisputed Champion. Undisputed Champion now wrenches back for a huge sock with the right fist. Unable to hit it though. Now here comes CJ coming out of the corner. Big back body drop taking CJ down. Nash stomping on CJ now. Nash going for a haymaker. CJ grabs him though quickly. Throws him to the corner. CJ tries to go for a grapple in the corner, but Nash able to reverse it. Gives a good pop to the back of the head, but now CJ still in control, throwing Nash back in the corner, who wobbles out. CJ walks right into that spine buster from CJ. CJ's into Brick Girls. Hold on right here, locking it up. What is this? Ducks under, turn around, DDT here. Nice job. Twist the arm, kick to the gut, followed by that DDT. Good combination there by CJ, who's now kicking Brian in the gut. I know this is taunting him, telling him, you're about to get one right in the gut. Kicked him in the gut to set him up for that. But Brian Nash able to realize he's going for the springboard, rolls out of the way.
And there's an elbow drop.
Sammy, yes, Sammy's debut episode. I can't remember specifically off the top of my head when Sammy debuted, but Brian Nash and CJ right here able to take him down here tonight. CJ off the ropes, jumps over the top. Nice takedown with the leg drop to the back of the head. Power of the punch. Nash just goes launched. He was leaning up against those ropes after he got hit. That was powerful right there. Yeah, I think Sammy definitely was within the first month. Right here, what is this? Nice takedown. I definitely know that Sammy was in the first couple of weeks. He won that very first match he had, a triple threat match, where he used the sweet chin music on two guys at once, pinned one guy and knocked the other guy into the corner. Sammy Danger, Brian Nash running at CJ right there. Nice Luthez press, pounding his face in.
What a counter.
That's right. Sammy could be making a little bit of change after Survivor Series. But he has got to survive that Hell in a Cell to retain that United States Championship. Brian Nash has only lost the title 2 times in his 7-month reign, basically. Both times were Mike Miles. One time, he was eliminated by Justin Sane. The other time, Justin Sane is the man who got pinned while Nash was not pinned in the matchup. So this will be the first time he'll have a chance to lose the title without Justin Sane in the match if the Vigilantes were to lose that Elimination Chamber match. But he is 0-1 in Elimination Chamber matches, although that was simply a 6-man normal Elimination Chamber. This is going to be 6 men, but 2 teams of 3. He will have guys supporting him, helping him, and hopefully the Vigilantes, who have really dominated the Wolfpack overall in the series against each other, will be able to pull off one more against the NWO Wolfpack. But the Wolfpack are definitely not have that mentality. They think that they are the best faction here in XCW, and they definitely want to walk out not only holding all the gold, but finally vanquishing their foes who really have gotten the better of them on almost every occasion. And if they could walk out with all the gold while the Vigilantes are for the first time in forever completely titleless, that would definitely be a great feeling for these men. Oh, nice reversal there by Nash. Nash had been beaten up for a while by CJ, but he walks right into this, turns around into an F5. I don't even think we saw a signature hit by Brian Nash. He goes straight for a finisher. CJ's down. 1, 2, 3. What is this? Paige did not get on the apron and try to distract the referee. We've seen her do it in the past, but here tonight she did not get on the apron as that F5 puts CJ away. CJ turned around, walked right into the F5, and that was it. 1, 2, 3, it is over. And CJ had been dominating the match for a couple minutes before that F5. And what is this? Holding his hand out one more time. What is going on between the Vigilantes and Wolfpack? This has been a vicious feud between these gentlemen, but we are seeing a lot of respect, even with all this animosity and hatred between the two. A lot of respect between these two teams here tonight. She was busy with the hidden guy. You have that person that was behind Paige in the in the picture. Okay, we have 6 matches down. Raw is over with a great main event. The Vigilantes won the 2 matches, singles matches against Wolfpack opponents, but Wolfpack and Vigilante members Burt Ryder and Jay won their tag team match against Hawk and Falcon. So now, I don't know. It's definitely going to be an interesting match between these two. It's not going to matter if one individual could beat another individual. It's going to be who has the best teamwork, who's going to be there to save their teammates when they're getting pinned in that Elimination Chamber match. It's not just about how good you are, but how good you are at recognizing when and where to be in that chamber. Let's go ahead and back out to the calendar so we can skip over here to Saturday Night Main Event. Okay, let's go ahead and add in some people now. Who has not had a match? Is Vigilantico is going to debut, yes. I don't think I want a triple threat, though. I think I actually want a one-on-one. I hate that when you choose a match to choose participants and you back out, and instead of going back to the other... No, you know, I actually did it. Normally it takes me back out to the other roster. Whatever. Okay, let's customize this match, make it one-on-one. Vigilantico. Oops, not John Cena. Vigilantico is going to take on... We have not seen Jackson Jordan compete in action. Could choose Jackson Jordan. Let's do that. Jackson Jordan will be facing him at Survivor Series. Might as well see a slight preview of that here tonight. Just to let you know, you might want to update Vigilantico's stats. You can make him up to a 90 as long as no stat is below a 60. If you want to update him, I can download him before Saturday Night Main Event, and he can have a match then. Okay, let's go ahead and choose CJ Alpha 1 J Kirby along with AJ at his side. Divas, there we go. AJ at his side here tonight will take on... Go the wrong direction. He will take on Petra, a man debuting for the first time ever here tonight in singles competition. One of the newest members of the XCW roster. Although it's technically Vigilantico would be the newest because he'll debut last here tonight. And we have one more match to set up. I think that the men who are in this match could actually compete one-on-one, but let's go ahead and check the matchups out. Just Insane. We have not seen Just Insane compete. Let's go ahead and see Just Insane one-on-one in the opener against this man, Show Storm, here tonight. Lead Wolfie, you want Heyman in your corner. Well, Heyman was a member of the DOD, but they stopped using him a long time ago. So I guess you can have Heyman as your manager, but you're not having a match. You've already had your match at the pay-per-view. But if you want him in your... Well, he can't be in your corner in a Hell in a Cell match. So you can't have him at least at Survivor Series. Let's go ahead and save this match right here. So we're going to see one-on-one action. Just Insane, who will be competing at Survivor Series with Show Storm right there, one-on-one. Petra making his debut against Kirby, along with AJ at his ringside, and Vigilante making his debut. He will be fighting in Survivor Series match against Jackson Jordan, so that will be a great one-on-one match to see exactly where he is, if he is up to snuff here. So let's go ahead and jump into the first action with 3 matches to go on the show. Saturday Night Main Event starting here with Justin Sane versus Show Storm. Show Storm has debuted, has had, I believe, a win and a loss. This should be his 3rd matchup here in XCW. He defeated Trey Jones, who is no longer on the XCW roster, being replaced by Vigilantico. Yes, you'll have to wait until episode 41 for me to able to put Heyman onto your show, but...
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from Illinois, Justin Saint.
Here he is, the man hailing from Chirac, Justin Sane. Justin Sane is the #1 contender for the Undisputed Championship. He did not compete on Raw this week, but still is competing this week, heading into the Survivor Series pay-per-view. This man will face whoever survives that Elimination Chamber match. Will it be Brian Nash or Alpha One? Whoever walks out of there, whoever survives that huge faction versus faction war, will face this man in singles competition. I'm not the boss of Sammy. If he wants a manager for Hell in a Cell, he should make it happen. I technically could if it wasn't Paul Heyman. If it was a in-game superstar, male superstar, I could. But I can't actually make Paul Heyman into a Hell in a Cell match. I was going to say Vigilantico want to team with me, Matt, when I lose my title, but nah, he looks weird. Shane Thomas wants to know if he can be a part of D-Generation X. Wow, that would be huge if Shane Thomas joined D-Generation X. I would definitely. I think when I deleted him, I did not download his or did not remake his entrance, which I put on him. So he's gonna have the cell phone entrance, so I can fix that, or I can get the guy to upload the an actual entrance here for Show Storm. If he joined D-Generation X, D-Generation X suddenly would have Tyrant, Jackson Jordan, Shane Thomas. That would put them on par with the other factions here in XCW. I mean, for a while, it seems like DX has just been a team of 2 individuals. But if you throw in Shane, Nash wants me to skip it. I'll skip it once he gets to the steel steps, so at least he's in the ring, or at the ring. But Shane Thomas, if that joined, that would be a huge 3rd faction here in XCW. Oh, yeah, you wanted Roman Reigns. I forgot. You keep mentioning that, and I keep forgetting that you want Roman Reigns. And right now, he is in the ring now, and we are going one-on-one competition. Justin Sane, Show Storm. This should be a great matchup between these 2 men. Here we go.
Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable night.
Locked it up right here. Got him in a side headlock early on. Shane Thomas, or excuse me, Justin Sane in trouble. But takes a big punch to the face right there. Able to get a little bit faster grapple there. Pull back attempt, knocks down that neck breaker right there. And now dragging Show Storm to the center of the ring. Turns him all the way around. Nice jumping knee drop right there. Now what is he going for? Another jumping knee drop. 2 straight to the middle of the face. And gets an elbow back in his face right there, though. Nice takedown. I got to remember what that move is. I love that move. That's a move I believe made famous by JTG. If anybody can remember what the name of that move is, where you jump around and kind of it's like a reverse, almost like a reverse bulldog to a degree. But again, we just saw some of those spinning kicks. You kick him right in the gut, get him to sit up from the pain of kicking him in the gut, and then spin around, smashing him in the face with your boot. Pretty effective moves. Another spinning neck breaker right there from Justin Sane. I know I've said it many times, but I'll say it again. Probably my favorite moveset of any character here in XCW would have to be Justin Sane's. He is definitely the spin master, whether it's a move where he spins his opponent, such as that spinning neckbreaker, or he's doing the spinning himself with that spinning kick to the face. Even his finishing maneuver, when he rakes the eyes of his opponent, comes back, spinning high kick right to the side of the head. Pretty much his entire offense seems to be some type of big spinning maneuver. And right there, the Seth Walker early on, too, almost picks up the win right there. That would have been a squash match if he was able to pick up the win right there. Oh, no, I think he's going for that figure 4 head scissors. He's got it locked in. Showstorm. Is Showstorm going to tap? I think he just tapped out. I was wrong when I said I would be considered a squash match. That was a squash match. He hits the Seth Walker, can't pick up the 3, but immediately locks into head scissors right there. Almost had the match with the Seth Walker, just a 2, and immediately turns him over, locks in that figure 4 head scissor right here, and Showstorm had nowhere to go, could not get to the apron, too much pain. Justin Sane just proving his point, just proving exactly that he deserves to be the #1 contender for the Undisputed Championship. Showstorm thinks that Atom Bomb is, Showstorm, Brian Tornado Nash thinks that Showstorm is just like Atom Bomb, that instead of stalking CM Punk, he is stalking Seth Rollins. But here tonight, man, this man really is one of the most dominant superstars here in XCW. That is probably the worst squash match we have seen in XCW in like 5 or 6 months. I don't think I've seen a match that one-sided. And man, he just walked right through Showstorm as we head on to our next match now. We're going to see Kirby one-on-one with this man debuting for the very first time here in XCW, and that is Petra. This is definitely going to be a great matchup between these two individuals. I mean, you know what? I say that, but then again, I thought that last match was going to be a good match. I thought Showstorm would have, a little bit of wherewithal, a little bit more energy, but instead he just got run through. But here, Petra debuting here tonight will take on Kirby one-on-one, but he has got AJ at ringside, and we know that she often gets on that apron screaming, yelling, distracting the referee. So Petra's not only fighting against Kirby, but fighting against the aid that his partner, AJ, will provide him from ringside. Tornado Nash saying that was the worst squash match since he bear hugged the title away from Mike Miles. And here he is making his way to the ring. That is actually his entrance, folks. Don't think he is too lazy to create one. He actually normally has to keep tabs on AJ, or excuse me, AJ has to keep tabs on him when he is headed to the ring. When can we expect a new NXT man on the main roster? Well, Sammy Danger, you must have missed most of the XCW NXT war. NXT went behind my back. Alpha One, the spokesman, the broadcaster, the announcer for NXT, went behind my back, was able to not only sign over, try to get the Sinister Syndicate to try to steal the XCW tag teams in that tag team gauntlet match by making them the last team to come out and face whoever had survived up to that point. But he also, Kirby, you're killing me. But what ended up happening was NXT also was able to get me to sign a contract that allowed them to be their own brand. So no longer is NXT our developmental brand. No, they are like the SmackDown to Raw in terms of they're each their own individual brands. Or should I say SmackDown to Raw, 4 or 5 years ago. But right now, NXT is run by Shani82, and they have superstars that we saw at our crossover pay-per-view have what it takes to compete against a lot of the XCW talent, including, sadly, your boy Sammy Danger lost one-on-one to Kronos, the Stampede champion. But right here, right now, we are seeing this man make his debut. That bloody skull on the back of his shirt right here. And you can see he definitely thinks very highly of himself. He says that he is the best in the world just by reading his shirt. That is a very huge statement here tonight. Petra, he is definitely going to have to prove that. Look at all that pyro as he stands there in the center of the ring, completely surrounded by sparks falling everywhere around the ring. This man definitely, he looks almost like the burnt cane from years ago. That sloppily, that kind of like soot-like makeup on his face. Face paint is very disturbing to a degree. And he is going to be competing one-on-one here tonight against Kirby. Kirby, the captain of the second team at Survivor Series. He will be taking on the team captained by Tyrant. We know that there will be Tyrant and Jackson Jordan, and they will be going up against Kirby, Vigilantico, and Alex Tyson. It should be a great 3-on-3 match.
Into the collar and elbow tie-up. Only one can come out ahead.
Tornado saying he's going to drive back to Texas and take my Xbox if he has to watch that cell phone entrance one more time.
Phantom.
Try to get Bison. Right here, nice squeeze right there. Turns around, gets behind Petra. Petra is definitely not a very large member in terms of size, nowhere near the size of an Omega or a JS, but a little bit smaller than Kirby even here tonight. But he definitely seems like a man that is very dangerous. But early on, it's been all Kirby. Took him down, then followed up with a nice strike to the back. Spinning heel kick right there, takes down Petra. Petra not so far, not putting up a good fight. But the match usually doesn't go one-sided for that long. I'm sure Petra any moment now will be able to reverse a move or two of Kirby's and get back into the action. What is this? No, Kirby's still keeping things going. Nice back suplex there, perfectly performed by Kirby as AJ at ringside, ready to cheer him on, or should I say cheat for him, cause him to get victories. And I don't know if that's designed by Kirby or if that's simply the way that AJ helps control him by not allowing him to simply fight his matches on his own. You can't choose Tornado Nash. He is the undisputed champion and is fighting in the other match. He's fighting in the main event. If I try to get any NXT guy, tell them they can face me for my U.S. title. Well, technically, you're facing an old NXT guy at the XCW pay-per-view, the man Shane Thomas, who not only was a member of, hold on, huge zigzag hit right there by Kirby. Is that enough to put away Petra? One. No, not even a 2 count. No, you're not facing Kirby. You are facing Shane Thomas. Shane Thomas was actually on the very first episode of NXT. He won the NXT Championship, and that's who you're facing one-on-one at the pay-per-view in that Hell in a Cell. Yeah. Oh, you're saying to Kirby. Okay, I get what you're saying. You're telling him you did the facepalm emoticon. Okay. Uh-oh, Kirby. What is he going for? I think he might be going for that big swing on Petra. Could this be the end for Petra? Lackluster debut if somehow Petra can't kick out of this right here. Oh, right there. Huge takedown right there. Kirby going for the pin. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3. Petra makes a, man, just about as bad a debut as we've seen here in XCW. Just 2 men being run over back-to-back. Kirby really showing why he should be a captain at Survivor Series. Putting the new guy down here tonight, but this was just the first match of Petra's career. We have seen people start out with almost like 0-10, 0-20 losses and go on to be champions here in XCW. So even though this was a bad beating, it was simply his first taste, his first experience in the XCW. I would not put him to rest just yet. Maybe he's the best in the world yet to come, though, as he has not really arrived, even though he has now had his debut here in XCW. Petra got #washed. Well, I don't know if it's not really doesn't work like that anymore, Wolfie. We don't take guys from each other's shows. Now, is it possible we could trade, or he was going to get rid of someone and I go pick them up? Yes, but we don't really take guys from each other's rosters normally anymore. But Kirby right here picked up a relatively easy win for himself, maybe the easiest win of his career in terms of very few offensive maneuvers hit by Petra. But now we are going to head on to our main event of Saturday Night Main Event. This has been a great show, have had, I think, almost no lag. Also have yet to be cut off, probably just jinxed myself. With just one match to go, we are seeing the debut of Vigilantico taking on Jackson Jordan. These two men will be on opposite sides at Survivor Series. And so one of these men will have to be eliminated at the pay-per-view. It's very possible that both of these men could also be eliminated at the pay-per-view, as the team headed up by DX's Tyrant, along with Jackson Jordan and an unknown individual, will take on Vigilantico on the team held up by, captained by Kirby, alongside, I'm not even sure who the third member now of Kirby's team is, of whether it will be Alex Tyson or someone else. Trade Petra. Here he comes, making his debut here in the XCW. First time ever that we are seeing Vigilantico.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Too bad the fans can't enjoy this main event. They are being treated for sear burns due to all that pyro. No, that's not the burn. That's not the one that's going to give you burns. The one that's going to give you burns is the one that I believe, gosh, who was it? I can't remember who it is off the top of my head. But there was somebody on the roster who had that fire pyro that comes up out of the corners, and it was just a constant, like, fireball after fireball after fire. It did not stop. That's the one that's going to, like, cause the fan to, like, actually be set on fire, you know, third-degree burns just from that. But right here, Vigilantico made his debut right there. He is now standing in the center of the ring, ready to face his first opponent here in XCW. This was definitely going to be a good matchup between these two men. Can Jackson Jordan pick up another victory here in XCW like he did against Kirby a few weeks ago? And here he comes, D-Generation X's own Jackson Jordan. And he is ready to compete. We have not seen him pick up too many wins here in XCW, but one victory he does have is against Kirby. We saw at the start of this month he fought Kirby one-on-one with AJ at ringside. She caused him to be unable to pin Kirby a number of times, including when we thought that she got kicked out of the match. The referee was still paying attention to her, making sure she was getting out of the arena. Kirby got taken down again by Jackson Jordan, made another pinfall, but the referee was still paying attention to AJ, making sure she was leaving ringside. And then moments later, Kirby won the matchup. We saw the following week, Jackson Jordan took on Kirby one-on-one. AJ was not allowed at ringside. Yes, Wimbo has been released from the XCW. We saw him take him one-on-one without that, and I don't think a member of DX is currently here. I know that Tyrant was here earlier on. I think that Jackson Jordan is on vacation right now in like Vegas or something, so he probably won't be able to be here, but there's a Bret Hart reference right there in the chat. So here we go and jump into singles action here, right here. Main event of Saturday Night Main Event. Vigilantico making his debut against Jackson Jordan. Image didn't release Wimbo. Wimbo released Wimbo. And that was the reference I was speaking of moments ago. And right now, nice snapmare right there by Jackson Jordan. Now he's got a back headlock, or excuse me, a front headlock. Not a front headlock, just a headlock in. And now we got a side headlock here by Vigilantico on Jackson Jordan. It pounds his face in right there. Vigilantico throwing Jackson Jordan outside the ring. No, instead pulls him back, only to receive a belly-to-belly suplex. Not a good idea there. Try to go for that pullback attempt. And right here, I wish you could edit each individual superstar's tactics, so you could tell your guy, hey, if you really loved pullback attacks, tell your guy to be able to do X amount of pull attack, go for him this often and whatnot. But instead, the pullback attack is widely to use by every XCW superstar, or really just everybody in the 2K15 game. Maybe I'll just ask the other way. Yeah, Tom Austin, you probably should see if See if Hitman Hardo 2 is online. Hold on. Submission hold. Camel clutch locked in here. Vigilante trying to get to the ropes. I think he might have. Jackson Jordan released him, let him go. And now an Enziguri takes down Jordan. That great equalizer right there. Vigilante now trying to attack him from behind. Instead, he gets smacked in the face. And now being thrown into the far corner. Vigilante stumbles out. Jackson Jordan is waiting there, but gets it reversed as he tried to grapple Vigilante. Although Vigilante now gets once again thrown into the corner, stumbles back out again. This time gets taken down by an arm drag. Both men back to their feet. Vigilante again. He saw minutes ago he hit that great equalizer. The Enziguri hit a second one right there. Can we make it 3 squashes in a row? I think this match has already been more competitive than the previous matches, even though the previous matches, I believe, but all the men in those matches were 90s, and Vigilante is actually only a 79 overall, facing this 90, maybe 91 actually, of Jackson Jordan. I'll ask DX style by wearing DX. Right there, nice takedown. Jackson Jordan, standing moonsault, hits Vigilante with the move. Maybe that I would think Vigilante would hit. Vigilante gets kicked on the side right there, but able to reverse that grapple attempt. Nice knee to the gut. Throws him. Pullback attempt again. Does not go through once again. But now Jackson Jordan doing a pullback attempt of his own. Hits that high knee right there. Takes Vigilante down. Jackson Jordan going for a springboard. Vigilante saw it coming somehow. A little bit of spidey sense right there, able to roll out of the way. Hold on, Vigilante going for a nice suplex right there. You can see that pain in the back of Jackson Jordan. Whose character was I facing? I don't know what that's in reference to, Kirby. Oh, you meant Petra. Whose guy were you facing? You were facing Petra. I don't remember who Petra is off the top of my head. I believe he was one of the newer guys that have been asking me to join recently. His guy wasn't a 90 previously, so I didn't download him.
Nice counter by Jordan.
Yes, this was the first episode that Petra was. He was his debut here tonight. Kirby made short work of him. Oh, RKO right there, just busted open. Vigilante 1, 2. No, Vigilante have put up a lot more fight than the other members of the night here tonight. Took an RKO, got busted open, and still kicked out. Impressive by Vigilante. Uh-oh. It looks like he might be trying to set him up on the ropes. He is. Vigilante could be in trouble. Gets knocked over the top rope. Uh-oh. Looking at him. He's staring at him. He's getting in off the far ropes. Oh, taken down. Jackson Jordan did not see that coming. I think he was planning for a suicide dive, but Vigilante cut him off at the pass right there, slid into the ring, and as he got off the aprons, turned around, tried to go for a sitting leg drop, or springboard leg drop right there, but Jordan just barely got out of the way, I think unintentionally too, simply sat up, able to avoid that, that big leg drop. But now both men trading punches right here. Game review guy, that might be game review guys. You deserve another match. Well, you will get another match at Survivor Series, which will be later on tonight. This is our final match of the evening. And right here, excuse me, of episode 39, should I say. Jackson Jordan, nice tornado DDT, taking down Vigilante. He's going to drag him to the center of the ring. Vigilante really needs to get some offense in right now. It was a pretty even match for the first 4 or 5 minutes of the match. But really, the last, I'd say 4 minutes or so have really belonged to Jackson Jordan. But right there, nice takedown by Vigilante. Vigilante now being grabbed, thrown into the corner, throws Jackson Jordan into the corner, turns him around. What time will the Survivor Series match be tonight? It'll probably be around, it'll probably start about 9 p.m. Central Time. I've got to pick somebody up, I believe, at 8:30. If there's a small chance. Hold on, RKO out of nowhere. Vigilante decided not to jump off the top rope right there. Oh, but he got his hand under the rope. Oh, so lucky that he was able to kick out of that RKO. Uh-oh. He is going for that huge right hand. Vigilante's got to watch out. Oh, and he literally stepped right into that right-handed punch. You saw that weapon of mass destruction. He pulled back. Vigilante slowly got to his feet after being hit by a second RKO of the match. Luckily got his hand underneath the ropes after that second RKO, and but led right into that WMD, huge right hand, and Vigilante could not kick out of that third huge maneuver by Jackson Jordan. It is going to be Sammy Danger versus Shane Thomas, United States Championship match. That is correct. We saw them last week compete in tag team action against each other, and Sammy lost that match when Omega was pinned to lose the match for his team. But right there, we just saw Jackson Jordan, one of the 3 members of the DX side. Look at that, blood on his fist. He got that blood on his fist through the mask. Might have come through the eye holes right there. You know, he beat his head so badly, he ended up with some blood on his fist. And I guess, you know, when they say blood has been drawn between these two sides, right there, it in fact literally has. When I RKO someone, they don't get under the rope. Well, that's probably true because you have that pin animation that's linked to your RKO, I believe, Sammy Danger, so I don't think that they can get a rope break. But that was a good match. Just to let you know, if you want to change your guy's stats up to a 90, as long as no stats below a 60, you can re-upload your guy, and I'll re-download him for the Survivor Series match later on tonight. If there's a small chance somebody else could bring her home for practice, and if somebody does, in that case, I would start the pay-per-view sooner instead of at like 9 p.m. Central. I would probably start it around like 7 p.m. Central or something to that degree in about an hour. But if I have to go get her, then I'm going to wait till after I pick her up. That way there will be no interruption, hopefully, for our Survivor Series pay-per-view, which will be an awesome event. We will see Sammy Danger one-on-one against Shane Thomas in a Hell in a Cell. We will see Omega one-on-one defending his European Championship against the Maniac. We will see the main event, which will have the Vigilantes taking on the NW Wolfpack. It'll be Brian Nash, Brent Ryder, and Chris Cryptic against Alpha One, CJ and Jay Lyons. Undisputed Championship, Tag Team Championships, all on the line. It can be up to a 90. That's the highest it can be overall-wise. That includes any points that, what do you call it, attributes. Like if you have attributes that cost more points than, you know, if you don't have any. So make sure that you have the attributes added before you get to your 90 overall. Just as long as no stat is below a 60, because otherwise you could just bump down stats to ones that you don't care about and then stack the rest of your guy. Kirby, you can get a stat increase. You can either tell me what you want me to improve, and I can update it myself, or you can re-upload your guy with the extra overall point. And it can be, you know, a 91 up to that one tick under 92. That's as high as you can go now. Kirby, yes, you have definitely been in 5 consecutive shows since we started our upgrades to overall. So, yes, you should be a 91. Can I check your momentum? Yeah, sure, I'll go check your momentum really quickly. As we stand here, guess it's under Edit Superstar, Sammy Danger. Here we go. See, you're technically an overall 96 right now, even though your real overall is a 90. But you're considered a 96 overall because of your momentum, Sammy Danger. It's probably one of the other reasons why you're able to win a lot of matches and maybe necessarily wouldn't be able to win. Can I please do it? You know what? I'll go ahead and do it right now since I don't have to leave at the moment. I'm going to Muhammad. That's right, M. Okay. Okay, what would you like me to improve? I'll go ahead and do this even though I'm doing it on the stream, but we'll go ahead and do it live. Just tell me what you want me to improve on your guy. Yeah, nothing is below a 60. You got the 100 momentum. Or if you don't have any leg moves, you might not want leg power. You know, arm power, grapples, running offense, reversals, whatever you want. Just got to let me know real quick. I'm updating his overall so that he doesn't have to re-download a new one. Since I'm only going up 1 point, I'm not going down from like 110 down to a 90. I'll go ahead and do that for him. Whatever he thinks best. Okay, fine. Okay. Let's see, one click. Oh, wow. You must not even be a normal 90. You must have... See, look, you can actually do a few numbers before you even get to a 91. Okay, let's see. Let's give you some grapple offense. Wow, your grapple offense is like really, really weak. I'll give that up to an 80. As long as you don't get to a 92, you'll be good. Head durability is an 80. Body durability could probably go up a little bit. Oh, see, that's already too much. Let's leave that down. Is there anything else that's important for you to have? So you don't have that many more points, so it's hard to choose. Let's do strike and reversal grapples. Maybe you can get to... there you go. That's as high as you can get, though. But so your reversal's a little bit better. I'm surprised your guy wins as much as he does with those stats. The stats aren't particularly great, even for 191 now. Can we be a 90-plus whatever ability? Oh, no, you got to be the 91. Like, he's got all these abilities. He's got all these abilities right here. Like, he has all these abilities. So he's still a 91, though. So, like, if he made his guy 90 overall, and then went back out of these abilities, it'd shoot him up to, like, a 96 or 97. That's why I said that. Because I think some people might make their overall, then add their abilities, and it shoots their overall up. So you got to pay attention to that. You're going to re-download your creator. So, okay. Yeah, make sure you do that so that I can download that for the show later. I can just download right over him. No, you can't. Yeah, it's Hoskins. I'm just rereading your thing again. Yeah. No, it's not a 90 plus your abilities. It's including your abilities. So, you know, some people only have one ability. Some people have none. Some people have 6. So that just, you know, it determines how many points you see. Like, if I deleted all of these, he might be able to upload, you know, make a lot of these better. But the funny thing is, you know, a lot of these abilities are actually really good. This is the only one. In all honesty, I'm just going to get rid of this. Because literally, I try to do that on occasion. That actually gives him a little bit of extra room. The computer will not use that in computer matches, ever. I've never seen them one time ever use roll under the ring. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that and then give you a couple extra points somewhere else. Maybe you can get this up to 75. Let's look at all that. Just from that one little thing that the computer literally doesn't use, and you've been able to now get your stuff up to 80. Let's try some arm power, maybe. See how much you just got from that thing that literally the computer doesn't use. But see, all these other things can have things. I've seen people win moves with stealing someone's move. That was pretty cool. Somebody stole my C4 once. I did not appreciate that. The pin combo too. That one I really wish I could use. My character doesn't have any abilities, but I love the pin combo. The pin combos, there's so many good moves that the pin combo really does help out with. I'm pretty sure that it actually, yes, it actually gives you a better chance to pin somebody. So if you have a finisher with the pin combo, that's something that even though a character might have better stats than somebody else, the pin combo really can actually give you a better chance to win, even over somebody with better stats. So mouthpiece works for guys with managers. Diving pin combo, I don't know why you have that one. So that's one you could probably get rid of and then save a small amount of points for something else. But I'm not going to go that far. That one worthless one I always try to get rid of, though, if I can. Up your arm power if you don't mind. Your arm power. Well, this isn't... I only did that because he was getting the overall point. Sammy Danger. Are you a 70? Are you a 90 only overall right now? You know what? You are a 90 overall, Sammy. But in all honesty, I've got to say, technically, you haven't earned an extra overall point because you're supposed to be for 5 consecutive chats be in the chat. That's one way you get an extra overall point, and you have been inconsistent as of late in terms of being here or not, so you didn't actually earn an overall point, or you have to have won 5 in a row or lost 5 in a row. There's 11 different ways to improve your guy. But you've been a single superstar. When did we start this? Episode 27, maybe? We're at 39. We're almost to the point, I think. And a couple extra, and 1 or 2 more weeks. If you haven't joined a group, don't join a group. If you've been here the whole time, if your character has, because then you'll get an extra overall point for having either stayed in a group the whole time or been a single superstar the whole time. So if you're in one or not in one, stay that way for a couple more weeks, and you'll get that extra overall point. But right now, you can't. So you're that 1 point away from going up on any of the stats. So I can't edit your guy right now. But see, I mean, part of the reason is I didn't want every single person to be a 90 because then, like, the stats are almost all the same for everybody. So encouraging people to be active by watching the streams or by, being on the chat, being on the website a little bit, doing stuff there, that kind of different ways to update. If you go to the website, you can see different ways to update it. There's a list on the website that tells you how to update your guy. You'll get see the Raw after this pay-per-view. If you haven't joined, if you haven't switched from being a non, same danger. If you don't join a group by the second Raw, you'll get a point. So just me having fun in the chat gets me an extra point. Yes, Kirby, that's one of the things is basically consistently watching the show shows your commitment to a degree. I don't want this to have to be, you have to be here every week, but it's an unintended, it's a cool thing to get by being around and being involved. You get that point. And your character doing really well, you get an extra point if you get 5 wins in a row. And if your guy sucks and he needs that extra point and he loses 5 matches in a row, you also get a point that way. Being a single superstar for 15 weeks is a way to get a point. Being in a team for 15 weeks in a row, or 15 shows, not necessarily weeks, but shows in a row. That's another way to get a point. So, so consistency in showing up, consistency in character, consistency in a bunch of different things can get you points. And when we get to January's pay-per-view, which is the Royal Rumble, let's go ahead and jump in real fast. I know I haven't looked at our next pay-per-view. I might be TLC. But over here, the Royal Rumble, when we get to this month, we're going to have the Slammy Awards. And we're going to have some stuff on the website where people are going to get to vote. We'll have winners. The people who win Slammy Awards are going to get an extra point overall, too. The highest overall you can get is 95. And the only way to get higher than 95 is to be a 95 when you get inducted into the Hall of Fame, which will be a little bit more explained later on. But Kirby always wanting to make it a 5-hour episode for episode 60. I don't know what I'm going to do for WrestleMania when we get there, but we're still a number of weeks away. We're practically get through a month and a week. So if we're looking at it right now, we're currently right here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 more months in real life till we get to WrestleMania. So that's going to be, not 4 more months in real life, a full month in real life before we can get to WrestleMania. So, we're looking at late June, and I know I've got to go vacation and stuff, so I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be. But it's definitely going to be fun. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get ready. What I need from you, Kirby, is I need a list of, maybe 3 guys to have as your third member. I know you had said yourself, obviously, and you said, what do you call it? You said Vigilantico. You wanted him as your second member. Yeah, I know I said that wrong. I said that. Oh my gosh. I need to know who your third member is. Is it going to be Alex Tyson? Is it going to be? If you even want to give me a list of 3 guys, Alex Tyson, and then list 2 other guys. And if I can't get Alex Tyson or I can't get somebody else, you got to let me know who else you want on your team for the show. I've got to try to contact Tyrant to see who he's going to have as third guy too. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off for this. For anybody who was still watching, I don't know if somebody was watching this on YouTube, why they would have continued watching while I'm talking about all that. But whoever is watching, the XCW can be watched on Twitch via Image45 or on YouTube. Just search for XCW Universe. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you guys for being a part of the chat. If anybody needs to send me any message about Survivor Series, which will happen later tonight, just send it to me, and I will get it. Send it to my gamer tag, ImageMaker. So thank you guys one last time, and I will see you later tonight for Survivor Series. Should be an awesome pay-per-view. And